Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders has officially entered the history books, but not for what he does on the field, at least not yet. Before even taking a single professional snap, Sanders has reportedly finalized an endorsement deal with Nike so massive that it could redefine the way rookie athletes are marketed forever. Industry insiders are calling it unprecedented, a near nine-figure agreement with performance-based escalators that could push the total value well beyond anything ever seen for a first-year player. To put that into perspective, this deal doesn't just edge past previous rookie endorsements from household names like Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, or even Patrick Mahomes, it blows them out of the water. But here's the twist. This isn't just about shoes, cleats, or a flashy apparel line. This is a seismic shift in the balance of power between corporations, franchises, and emerging talent. And if you think the implications stop at marketing, think again. The ripples from this deal are already touching every corner of professional football, from the locker room to the league offices, and they're not stopping anytime soon. On one hand, Sanders now occupies a position that most athletes only dream of decades into their careers. Signature cleats, custom performance apparel, dedicated global campaigns, and creative control over product development. Essentially, Nike isn't just signing a rookie quarterback, they're positioning him as a central figure in a worldwide marketing strategy that could define the next generation of athletic celebrity. But with this unprecedented opportunity comes a storm of pressure. Sources from inside the Browns facility describe immediate tension among the team's veterans. Joe Flacco, the seasoned quarterback who has been the face of the team for years, reportedly expressed frustration behind closed doors about the potential influence of corporate expectations on depth chart decisions. Third-round selection Dillon Gabriel questioned management directly, seeking reassurance that fair competition would remain a priority. Meanwhile, defensive veterans maintained a public show of solidarity while quietly worrying about the influence of money on coaching authority. And the stakes aren't small. The Browns are a team built to contend for championships, with a roster stacked on both sides of the ball. But now, the entire franchise faces a dilemma it has never seen before: how to balance merit-based football operations with the expectations of a global corporation willing to invest resources typically reserved for seasoned superstars. Preseason ticket packages sold out in hours. Merchandise sales skyrocketed nearly 500% from the previous year, and television viewership reached numbers normally reserved for marquee matchups. Every analyst, executive, and fan watching understands one thing: Sanders' presence alone is driving unprecedented attention and pressure. So, what happens when a 22-year-old rookie suddenly carries the weight of global marketing, corporate expectations, and a team's competitive aspirations on his shoulders? Will he thrive under the spotlight, or will the pressure of a deal this massive compromise the development that usually defines a rookie season? The answers are unclear, and the stakes couldn't be higher. What's about to unfold in Cleveland isn't just a story about football, it's a story about power, money, and the future of sports as we know it. And it all starts here, before Sanders even throws his first pass. Shedeur Sanders' Nike deal isn't just big, it's historic. Reports suggest this endorsement approaches a staggering 9 figures, a figure that would have been unimaginable for a rookie quarterback even 5 years ago. And it's not just the size of the deal that sets it apart, it's the structure. Sources indicate performance-based escalators could push the total value beyond $100 million, a number normally reserved for established superstars with championship pedigree, not a player who has yet to take an official snap. For context, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, and Patrick Mahomes each set rookie marketing benchmarks during their first seasons, yet Sanders reportedly surpasses all of them. In every sense, this is a contract that rewrites the rules for how rookies can be positioned as global brands before proving themselves on the field. But what does this deal actually include? Far from a simple endorsement, the agreement reportedly gives Sanders an unprecedented level of creative control. Signature cleat lines, custom performance apparel, and dedicated global marketing campaigns are only the beginning. According to insiders, Sanders' input on product design, campaign direction, and brand positioning is expected to be central to Nike's long-term strategy. This isn't a marketing deal where a corporation merely slaps a player's name on a shoe and hopes for sales. Nike is effectively integrating Sanders into the core of their global strategy, positioning him as a central figure in football marketing for potentially the next decade. The implication is clear. Sanders is no longer just an athlete. He's a brand architect in the making, shaping products and campaigns that could influence the perception of professional football worldwide. The magnitude of the deal has raised eyebrows across the industry. Marketing executives reportedly described the arrangement bluntly. Nike doesn't just want Sanders endorsing products, they want him at the center of a global movement. Sources claim that the company's involvement may even influence on-field decisions, as consistent playing time could be seen as critical for maximizing visibility and return on investment. While this may sound shocking, the underlying logic is simple. In a landscape where social media, merchandise sales, and television ratings drive revenue, the marketability of a player can rival their on-field contributions. And in Sanders' case, his potential extends far beyond football. His family legacy, charisma, and cultural resonance make him a perfect ambassador for a company seeking a generational icon. Financial specifics make the deal even more astonishing. The base compensation alone reportedly exceeds $75 million, with performance incentives potentially pushing the total beyond $100 million during the initial term. These figures are virtually unheard of for a first-year quarterback and highlight just how much Nike is betting on Sanders' marketability. This isn't just a transaction, it's a declaration that the company sees him as a once-in-a-generation talent whose influence could extend well beyond football fields and into global pop culture. In short, Sanders' Nike deal represents more than just a personal windfall. It is a seismic shift in the way professional football views rookie athletes, blending corporate influence with emerging talent in ways that challenge long-standing norms. From locker rooms to league offices, executives are watching closely. The unprecedented scope of this partnership raises a critical question. Can a 22-year-old quarterback navigate the immense commercial expectations while developing into a top-tier NFL player? The answer will define not only Sanders' career, but potentially the future of athlete endorsements across all sports. The announcement of Shedeur Sanders' record-breaking Nike deal didn't just make headlines, it sent shockwaves through the Browns' locker room. Veteran players and rookies alike reportedly felt the tremors immediately, and sources inside the organization describe a tense atmosphere that has never existed in Cleveland before. Joe Flacco, the team's experienced quarterback and longtime leader, is said to have expressed private frustration regarding the external pressures surrounding Sanders' meteoric rise. Having spent years establishing his role in the team, Flacco reportedly worried that corporate expectations might begin to influence coaching decisions and depth chart management, placing him and other veterans in an unfamiliar and uncomfortable position. The situation was further complicated by third-round rookie Dillon Gabriel, who allegedly approached the front office directly, seeking assurances that fair competition would remain intact despite Sanders' extraordinary marketability. Defensive veterans, meanwhile, maintained a public display of solidarity, reassuring media and fans that the team remained focused on football. Behind the scenes, however, they reportedly harbored serious concerns about what they described as corporate influence, potentially superseding coaching authority. The irony was palpable. A quarterback who has yet to play a professional snap had already become a lightning rod for debates about merit, opportunity, and influence. The tension wasn't just interpersonal, it was systemic. Sanders' situation forced every player, coach, and administrator to reconsider the traditional separation between football operations and business interests. What normally would have been a locker room focused solely on football preparation became an environment where off-field considerations loomed large, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty. According to insiders, this uncertainty had immediate ramifications on team dynamics. Coaching staff members reportedly began adjusting practice schedules, formations, and installation packages to highlight Sanders' strengths, sometimes at the expense of established game plans. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt is said to have simplified schemes, prioritizing visibility and ease of execution to accommodate the demands of a global marketing campaign. While publicly, coaches maintained calm and professional demeanor, privately they expressed frustration at having development plans disrupted and priorities reshuffled. One anonymous staffer reportedly summed it up bluntly: "We're basically rewriting our entire offensive approach midway through the preseason, accommodating corporate partnership demands rather than focusing on competitive football." The implications of the deal, however, extend far beyond one team. Other franchises are reportedly watching closely, recognizing that Sanders' situation could set a precedent for how corporate influence interacts with football operations. General managers and league executives are quietly debating whether outside corporations might one day dictate playing time, roster decisions, or even coaching strategies, a prospect that challenges the very foundations of competitive integrity in the NFL. Meanwhile, Sanders himself reportedly remains composed, navigating the unprecedented environment with remarkable discipline. Teammates admire his focus, noting that despite the enormous attention, he continues to approach practice and preparation like a rookie fighting for his spot, not a global superstar commanding headlines. In the end, the locker room fallout isn't just about tension or personality clashes. It's a microcosm of the larger forces now colliding in professional football: tradition versus transformation, merit versus marketing, team cohesion versus global visibility. The Browns are at the epicenter of this storm, and the way they manage it could define not only their season, but the future of rookie integration in the NFL. With every practice, every meeting, and every pre-game preparation, the question looms larger. Can a team maintain competitive integrity while navigating unprecedented commercial pressure? In Cleveland, that question isn't hypothetical, it's happening right now. The moment Nike announced its record-breaking deal with Shedeur Sanders, the commercial world exploded, and Cleveland felt it immediately. Season ticket packages reportedly sold out within hours of the news, leaving fans scrambling to secure spots in a stadium suddenly buzzing with anticipation. Merchandise sales skyrocketed, reportedly increasing by nearly 500% compared to the previous year, and the Browns brand became a trending topic across social media overnight. Preseason games, typically drawing modest audiences, transformed into must-watch events, with a matchup against the Carolina Panthers reportedly generating 4.5 million live viewers, numbers that dwarf traditional expectations. Analysts and network executives alike recognized a singular driving factor behind this unprecedented engagement: Shedeur Sanders. Nike's investment didn't stop at financial commitment. The company reportedly deployed full-scale marketing resources traditionally reserved for established superstars. Production crews began capturing footage for upcoming campaigns, design teams finalized signature product concepts, and photographers scheduled promotional shoots to elevate Sanders' visibility. Corporate representatives are said to have explicitly communicated expectations regarding playing time, creating an unusual scenario where on-field opportunities and marketing initiatives intersect in ways the NFL has never experienced. Every practice, every pregame warm-up, and every public appearance became a calculated moment, designed to maximize exposure and return on investment. The stakes for Sanders are as high off the field as they are on it, and every move is being watched by fans, executives, and competitors alike. This commercial frenzy also amplified the media narrative. National reporters descended on Cleveland, turning what would have been routine preseason coverage into a global spectacle. Television networks reportedly lobbied aggressively for additional Browns broadcasts, understanding that audiences tuned in not just for football, but to witness the rise of a phenomenon. Social media engagement skyrocketed, with practice footage, highlights, and behind-the-scenes glimpses generating metrics that rival and sometimes surpass established superstars. In a sport where visibility often correlates with influence, Sanders' presence alone began to shape not just revenue streams, but cultural perception, marketing strategies, and even team priorities. The ripple effects extended beyond Cleveland. Other teams, executives, and league officials are reportedly monitoring every development closely, recognizing that the intersection of corporate power and rookie talent could reshape professional football. Analysts debated whether this surge of attention might compromise competitive integrity, or if it represented a pioneering model for athlete marketing in the modern era. Former players privately expressed concern about the implications for locker room dynamics, development timelines, and merit-based evaluation, while others marveled at the unprecedented commercial potential being unlocked. For Sanders, the explosion of attention presents both opportunity and pressure. He is now at the center of a high-stakes experiment, where commercial success, team performance, and personal development collide in ways few rookies have ever experienced. Balancing this dual reality, maintaining football readiness while navigating a media whirlwind is no small feat. Every pass, every training session, and every media appearance contributes to a narrative bigger than the field itself. For fans, the spectacle is irresistible. For the Browns, it is a test of organizational acumen. And for Sanders, it is a trial by fire that will define his career trajectory long before the first official snap. In short, the commercial explosion and media frenzy surrounding Sanders doesn't just reflect interest, it represents a turning point. Professional football is watching, corporate America is investing, and the world is witnessing a rookie quarterback already shaping the game in ways that transcend sports. The question now becomes, can Sanders thrive under this unprecedented spotlight, or will the pressure overwhelm even a once-in-a-generation talent? While Shedeur Sanders' Nike deal dominates headlines and fuels commercial frenzy, the coaching staff in Cleveland faces a more complex challenge, balancing football development with unprecedented external pressures. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, widely respected for his methodical approach and calm leadership, reportedly finds himself navigating uncharted territory. Sources inside the organization describe a delicate dance between maintaining competitive integrity and addressing the expectations of a global corporation that has invested unprecedented resources in a rookie quarterback. The stakes are enormous, not just for Sanders' development, but for the team's championship aspirations, the coaching hierarchy, and the long-term credibility of football operations. To accommodate the sudden spotlight, the offensive staff reportedly began revising installation schedules, simplifying schemes, and creating specialized packages designed to highlight Sanders' unique skill set. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt is said to have made significant adjustments to accommodate the accelerated timeline, prioritizing clarity and consistency over complexity. The goal is straightforward: maximize Sanders' impact while minimizing exposure to situations that could disrupt his growth or invite criticism. While this approach makes sense on paper, sources indicate that it has sparked frustration among the coaching staff, who view these changes as a deviation from long-term developmental plans originally designed to groom Sanders for sustainable success. One anonymous staffer reportedly commented, "We're rewriting the offense mid-preseason, not for football reasons, but to meet expectations outside the locker room." The challenge extends beyond tactical adjustments. Stefanski reportedly maintains a stoic public demeanor, presenting an image of unwavering authority, but privately, he faces pressure from multiple fronts: ownership eager to leverage commercial opportunities, corporate representatives seeking immediate visibility, and players navigating an environment where merit and marketing intersect in unprecedented ways. The situation forces coaches to constantly evaluate decisions not solely on competitive merit, but also on timing, optics, and potential influence from outside stakeholders. Every snap, every lineup decision, and every practice rep now carries dual weight, both athletic and commercial. Meanwhile, Sanders' personal readiness factors into the equation. The coaching staff recognizes his exceptional talent, leadership, and football IQ, but acknowledges that experience and the nuanced understanding of professional defenses cannot be rushed. Stefanski and his team must strike a delicate balance, accelerate opportunities to satisfy corporate expectations without compromising long-term development. This balancing act is further complicated by the media spotlight and public scrutiny, as every coaching decision is dissected, debated, and amplified across national networks and social platforms. The broader implication is clear. Cleveland is effectively serving as a proving ground for a new model in professional sports, where corporate investment and athlete development intersect in ways never before seen. How the coaching staff manages Sanders' integration may set a precedent for future rookies and franchises, defining the boundaries between business interests and competitive football. Stefanski's decisions, while tactical in nature, now carry strategic and symbolic weight for the entire league. In short, the coaching challenges surrounding Sanders aren't just about X's and O's, they're about leadership under pressure, organizational decision-making, and navigating a high-stakes environment where business, media, and talent collide. Every adjustment, every simplified package, and every practice rep reflects the extraordinary circumstances this rookie quarterback faces, and how Stefanski responds could define not only Cleveland's season, but the blueprint for integrating marketable talent in the NFL's future. Shedeur Sanders' unprecedented Nike deal doesn't just shake Cleveland, it's capturing the attention of the entire NFL. League executives, general managers, and front office personnel reportedly watch every development with a mixture of fascination and concern. The deal challenges long-standing norms about how rookies are evaluated, contracts are structured, and decisions are made within team hierarchies. Traditionally, football operations and corporate partnerships operated in parallel, rarely intersecting in ways that could influence playing time. Sanders' situation, however, presents an entirely new paradigm, a global corporation leveraging vast resources to potentially shape on-field decisions, creating a ripple effect that could redefine professional football. Inside NFL headquarters, sources claim the commissioner's office is actively monitoring the situation. Discussions reportedly focus on whether corporate influence could ever compromise competitive integrity or merit-based decision-making. While no formal policies have been announced, the very fact that these conversations are happening underscores how unprecedented Sanders' deal truly is. Executives across the league are considering the ramifications, questioning whether future rookies with marketable personalities might receive advantages disproportionate to their on-field readiness. In essence, Sanders' deal could spark a shift where marketing potential becomes as influential as athletic performance in shaping career trajectories. Critics and analysts are vocal about the potential pitfalls. Former players privately caution against premature hype, citing historical examples like Ryan Leaf, Jamarcus Russell, and Johnny Manziel, talented athletes whose early exposure and external pressures undermine development and long-term success. The concern is that when a rookie is thrust into a global spotlight, corporate expectations and media scrutiny could disrupt the natural growth curve, placing both the player and the team at risk. Meanwhile, proponents argue that the financial and commercial opportunities generated by Sanders' deal could be transformative for the sport, creating a model where revenue, viewership, and engagement reach unprecedented levels. The controversy extends to team operations beyond Cleveland. Front offices across the NFL reportedly debate whether this model blending corporate investment with athletic development could one day dictate roster management, coaching strategies, or playing time allocations. The potential precedent is enormous. If a company like Nike can influence decisions for a rookie quarterback, what does that mean for players without comparable marketability? How does the league ensure competitive fairness while accommodating the evolving business landscape? These questions have ignited intense discussions among executives, analysts, and player representatives. Sanders himself remains the focal point of this unprecedented controversy. While his talent and preparation are undeniable, he is now carrying responsibilities that far exceed typical rookie expectations. The NFL, long structured to reward performance and merit, is observing an experiment in real time where commercial influence, media attention, and athlete development collide. The outcomes will not only affect Sanders' career, but potentially establish a blueprint for how high-profile rookies are integrated into professional football for years to come. In short, the broader NFL impact of Sanders' deal is massive and multi-layered. It raises questions about meritocracy, fairness, and the influence of money in the sport. It challenges historical norms and forces the league to consider policies for the future. And it ensures that the eyes of every executive, analyst, and fan are trained squarely on Cleveland, where a rookie quarterback is already redefining what it means to enter the NFL, not just as a player, but as a global phenomenon. While the commercial and organizational spotlight on Shedeur Sanders intensifies, insiders describe a rookie who remains remarkably composed, methodical, and focused on football first. Despite unprecedented attention, Sanders reportedly approaches each practice, film session, and team meeting with the discipline of a player determined to earn his spot, not the swagger of a global marketing icon. Sources close to the quarterback emphasize that his mindset reflects a lifelong preparation for moments exactly like this, shaped by a unique upbringing and a family legacy steeped in high-level athletic performance. From an early age, Sanders was exposed to the pressures of elite sports, learning how to manage media scrutiny, fan expectations, and performance anxiety long before stepping onto an NFL field. Those within the Browns organization reportedly admire his ability to compartmentalize. While Nike ramps up marketing campaigns and social media metrics explode, Sanders continues to focus on core development, throwing mechanics, decision-making, timing, and understanding defensive schemes. Teammates reportedly express admiration for his poise, often noting that watching him in practice feels less like observing a rookie with monumental expectations and more like observing an undrafted player fighting for every roster spot. Veteran receivers have reportedly commented on his professional approach, with one saying, "You'd never guess the pressure surrounding him. He works like someone who's just trying to prove he belongs on the field." Sanders' commitment to balancing commercial obligations with football readiness is said to extend beyond daily practice routines. He reportedly studies film extensively, engages with coaches on strategy, and participates in specialized development programs implemented during his collegiate career under Coach Prime. Sources suggest these programs were specifically designed to prepare him for professional exposure, equipping him with tools to navigate the unique pressures of the NFL spotlight. The combination of physical talent, mental preparation, and disciplined routines positions Sanders in a rare category. A rookie quarterback who not only possesses elite tools but also the maturity to handle circumstances most veterans would struggle with. The professional demeanor Sanders exhibits is critical given the extraordinary commercial pressures surrounding him. Nike reportedly expects him to serve as a global brand ambassador, participate in campaigns, and maintain visibility that rivals established stars. Yet sources claim Sanders manages these responsibilities without compromising his focus on football. He reportedly views the partnership not just as a financial opportunity, but as a long-term business platform that extends beyond his playing career, a foundation for a legacy both on and off the field. This perspective appears to guide every decision, from practice intensity to public appearances, ensuring he maximizes the deal without undermining his development. Even as the Browns navigate tension within the locker room and coaching staff adapt schemes to highlight his abilities, Sanders reportedly remains grounded. His professionalism sets a tone for teammates, influences coaching approaches, and reassures executives that while the spotlight is blinding, the quarterback is prepared to meet it head-on. In many ways, his perspective and discipline create a buffer between commercial hype and football performance, demonstrating that extraordinary circumstances can be managed with focus, preparation, and mental resilience. Ultimately, Sanders' approach offers a glimpse into the rare combination of talent, preparation, and professionalism necessary to thrive under unprecedented pressure. While the world watches him as a global marketing phenomenon, insiders see a rookie quarterback quietly building the foundation to ensure that when the lights are brightest, his game and not just his brand delivers. If you enjoyed today's breakdown and want to keep up with all the drama, trades, and behind-the-scenes action in the NFL, then don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps this channel grow and lets us know you love this kind of content. And hey, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends, your group chats, or anyone who loves football as much as you do. The more the conversation spreads, the better it gets. Most importantly, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell. That way, you'll never miss when we drop fresh stories, wild rumors, or breaking updates that the mainstream media won't talk about.